In math today, we are going to continue studying the area of rectangles. Let's take a listen to our success criteria. I forgot to share the sound. 1 second, please. Here we go.
Today, we'll continue our practice with finding the area of rectangles with whole number side lengths. We will focus on showing the area is the same when we multiply the side lengths as when we count the unit squares inside of the shape. We're focusing specifically on goal 3.3, constructing a method to find the area of shapes.
Okay, so we know that shapes have space inside. We have been talking about the area. That is the space inside a shape. It can be measured. We call that the area. I'm looking for friends who are totally focused, ready to watch and listen to this video about the area using square units.
How can you measure area using standard units of length? Meg bought this United States sticker. What is the area of her sticker in square centimeters? You can measure area using standard units of area.
A square centimeter is one standard unit of area.
Here are some standard units of both length and area. How do the names of the standard units of length relate to the names of the standard units of area?
Okay, when we measure something, if I'm going to measure the length and width of this folder, I can use different measurements. We know words like inches. We know words like foot, like how many feet long is something. We can measure using centimeters or meters. All of these are units of measure. A centimeter is one of the smaller ones. If you hold up your pinky, this is about the width of a centimeter, just your pinky. But an inch is about like this. So an inch is bigger than a centimeter. A foot is 12 inches. When we hold up a ruler, this is about a foot. So if I'm going to measure how long my desk is, I might want to measure in feet. I don't want to measure in centimeters. This will take me a long time to measure centimeters. Okay. Another measurement is a meter. A meter is about, let me back up here, about like this. So if I want to measure something really big, like how long the tables are in the cafeteria, I might want to measure in meters. Okay, when we measure things, we can choose different units. When we measure the area, when we have a flat shape like this folder, the area is the space inside the shape. To measure inside the shape, we still need a unit of measure. So I could measure this in inches and find how many inches are inside using square inches. I could measure using centimeters, like my small pinky. How many centimeters is this? How many centimeters are inside? That would be called square centimeters. Okay, so we're going to keep watching to see how can we use this knowledge of measuring units. How does that connect to the area?
The units of area contain the names of the units of length: inch, foot, centimeter, meter, as well as the word square. What would 1 square meter look like? It would be a square with each side 1 meter long.
Okay, we're going to try it. It says
match the unit of area with the object.
Match the unit of area. So let's pretend that we have a poster. Some of y'all got a poster from Mr. Nelson when you did a coding activity. So let's pretend that you have a poster. Let's look right here. The dimensions. So on Mr. Nelson's poster, it's 3 feet wide and 5 feet long, sort of like this shape, but just bigger. Okay, so the area that would fit, we want to match the correct area. So I see he's measuring in feet. Mr. Nelson is measuring in feet. That means I need to select the one that says feet. Square feet would go with measuring with feet. Okay, now let's pretend I'm going to measure the classroom floor with you guys. Let's look at measuring the classroom floor right here. I'm going to measure in meters because a meter is one of the bigger units. Remember this one? So I'm going to measure how big the floor is. That means I get to select the one with the word meters. If I keep going, if I'm going to measure a postcard with centimeters, a small unit of measure, that means my area will be square centimeters. Last one, if I'm going to measure a book using inches, inside will be square inches. Awesome.
To find the area of Meg's United States sticker, count the unit squares. What square unit is used to measure the area of this sticker? Square centimeters are used to measure the area of this sticker. How does the grid help you find the area?
When I look at the size of her area sticker, I notice squares that I can count. Yesterday, we learned about 2 ways you can find the area. 1, you can count the square units inside. So I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Her sticker has an area of 6 square units.
The grid shows how many square centimeters cover the sticker. How many unit squares cover this sticker?
Select your answer.
6 unit squares cover this sticker. The sticker is measured in square centimeters. So the area of the sticker is 6 square centimeters. Now you know how to measure area using standard units of length.
Awesome job. Today, boys and girls, we're going to do some examples together using our textbook. We're going to begin on slide 2. It says, review this example with your teacher. Here we have a word problem, and we're going to think about how we can find the area, how we can use our knowledge of measuring shapes to help us. I'm going to read the problem. I want you listening and thinking about what you understand. Here we go. Draw a square to represent one unit square. Use your unit square to draw a rectangle that has an area of 8 square units. Compare your shape with a partner shape. What is the same? What is different? Okay, so it says draw a square to represent one square unit. So I'm going to choose green for me. You can choose whatever color you want. And I'm going to draw my square like this big. This is my square that it asked me to do. Then it says, use your unit square to draw a rectangle that has an area of 8 square units. So I'm going to try to take my size of square and I'm going to try to make a rectangle that has 8 squares like this inside it. Okay, so I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to outline my rectangle in a different color to show that I created a rectangle. It asked me to draw a square unit and then use my unit to make a rectangle with an area of 8 inside. So here's my square. I put 8 inside my rectangle. I want you to do the same. And then we're going to check this with a partner in a breakout room. Do just like I have done. I'll give you 1 minute to complete it. Then we will check with a partner in a breakout room. Now we're going to look at slide 4, please. Slide 4 is another one we're going to do together. It says follow along with your teacher. Let's look at number 1. If Meg's sticker on page 314 measured 2 inches by 3 inches, what would its area be? Remember in the video, we talked about Meg having a sticker of the world map. So I'm going to draw a model and you're going to work with me. I'm going to choose a color. I'm going to choose red. And I'm drawing a rectangle to represent her sticker. I know the shape of stickers, so I'm probably going to draw it something like this. You need to do the same. Your page should match Mrs. Renelay's. It also says it measures. That means somebody probably had a ruler and they were measuring her sticker. It measured 2 inches by 3 inches. That means on one side, it was 2 inches long. I'm going to put I in for inches. Remember, an inch is about this big. So her sticker was 2 inches long. It's probably about that big. 2 inches long on one side, and the other side is 3 inches long. I noticed that in the text. So on the other side, if this side is 2 inches, on the bottom, I'm going to label it 3 inches. This side is 3 inches long. Your model should match Mrs. Renelay's model. Our question asks us, what would the area be? I know that the area is the space inside the shape. The area is the space inside the shape. So how much space is in there? What's the area? We're going to find that out. In this example, I don't see square units that I can count. I don't see square units like a grid. They're not in there. All I have is a model that I created to help me solve. So I have to use my second way to find the area. The first way you can find the area is by counting square units. The second way is a little bit harder. Here's how you can do it. You can find the area by multiplying the length times the width, L times W. So in our problem, I notice that there's a 2 and a 3 as a length and width. So over here, I can write 2 times 3, and we can find what the area will be. I know my multiplication facts. I know that 2 groups of 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 what? 6 apples? What am I talking about? Oh, that's right. We're talking about area. It asked me in the text, what would the area be? So we watched a video about how to write area. I remember them talking about inches and a foot and centimeters. And I know that in order to write area, I have to use the word square. So her sticker, they just told me, is inches. So in my answer, I need to say it is 6 square inches. 6 square inches. That's how I know I'm talking about area. 6 square inches. This is my answer. We're going to try number 2. We're going to read about Zoe, and then you're going to solve to find the area. Zoe paints a wall that measures 8 feet by 10 feet. So imagine that in your brain. She has a wall and it's 8 feet long. This is about 1 foot. 8 feet long. The other side is 10 feet long. It's a pretty big wall. What units should Zoe use for the area of the wall? Explain. First, we need to draw a model. Here's my rectangle. Here's my wall that Zoe's going to paint. It says she has a wall that is 8 feet by 10 feet. So I'm going to say this side is 8 feet. I'm going to put FT for feet. And on this side, I'm going to label it 10 feet. That is what the text told me. Our question is, what units should Zoe use for the area of the wall? We need to find the area of the wall. I'm going to send you into breakout rooms to talk about number 2. See if you can figure out what is the area. How can Zoe measure that? And what would her answer be? Here comes your invitation to a breakout room. We know we can solve by saying 8 times 10. We get an area of 80. But if I just write 80, that's not correct. I have to write 80 square. And what are my units? What were we measuring by in this example? I need to go back to my text. Oh, I see her wall was how many feet long? That's what we're measuring by. So 80 square feet is my correct answer. 80 square feet. Awesome job, boys and girls. We do not have enough time to continue with our breakout rooms today, so let's talk about your task. I need everyone to click on slide 9. Slide 9 looks like this. You need to solve and find the area for each one. You need to write the area correctly. That means you should have your unit and the word square with each example. If you write a number, that is incorrect. You have to write a number with the words and the units. I will not accept students writing a number. I will send it back to you and you will be expected to do it again. Write the number, the word square, and the units. It may be inches, it may be feet, it may be meters. You can find it by looking at each example to see what are they measuring by. Slide 9 is the first of your tasks. Then you need to do this challenge problem on slide 10. On slide 11, you will reflect on your success today. You need to explain why you felt successful or why you did not feel successful. Your job today is slides 9, 10, and 11. It is now your work time. You need to be working on this math task until related arts. If you get done, you may work on Prodigy or Zern only. There are way too many friends not doing their work, sitting on other sites. Get your brain focused, complete slides 9, 10, and 11. Then at 1:35, you will log on to Zoom with Mr. Beatty, and I will see you at 2:20.